Okay, so this video is about buffing acrylic, but it would also apply to buffing other materials like metals such as pewter if you've done a pewter casting, and it's about achieving a really high shine on the material. Now, this piece I've got here, if we just look at this surface, this is ready for buffing, okay? So I've got no scratches whatsoever in that surface. I've previously used the draw filing technique, and I've then used a very high grit wet and dry paper, something like P1200, to improve that surface further. There's no point in me going onto the buffing machine until I've got it to this surface or this stage, okay? Now, you can see this is the buffing machine, okay? Now these mops are very soft, they're made of cotton, okay? And what you can hear is the motor kicking in, okay? Now, although this is it seems like a soft, friendly machine, effectively, if your hand goes into it, it could be very, very dangerous, okay? We can notice here as well that this guard wasn't round. I want to bring that guard round because any small particles of the cotton mop, or if there's any polish on the mop, could flick up and hit me in the eyes if these guards are not in place, okay? So they should always be down, or you could wear goggles. You could wear goggles and have the guards in place as well to be really safe, okay? Now, if we come over to this first mop, you can see here it's got this red sort of residue on it, okay? Now this residue has come from the polish that goes onto here, okay? Now this polish or wax can be applied to the surface, and that is what basically gives it the shine. Now, there is far too much polish has been put on here, okay? So generally your teacher will put the polish on at the start of the lesson, and that will be enough to do the whole class, okay? If you put lots on like this, it just doesn't work as effectively, okay? But we're going to try and use this first to put some polish on first of all. Now the one real safety point that we need to make sure that we're abiding by is to hold the material very firmly, but keeping our hands back away from the edge that we're polishing, and we always hold it downwards like this, okay? Now this spins downwards very, very quickly like this, and if we hold it up here, it's likely to grab the work and flick it out of our hands. Now, in the best scenario, this will break your work. In the worst scenario, you could again get your hands caught into this or your arms caught in this, which could cause you a severe injury, okay? So we're going to just turn the red button to allow it to pop out, and we're going to press the green button to start our machine. So it starts rotating around very quickly. I'm holding it firmly with my hands. I'm looking through the little window, and I'm just lightly pressing it into the polished mop. I'm going to turn it over so I've got a bit more control over the other side, and I'm just going to hold it there for a few seconds. So you can see already there's a real difference in the shine that's achieved. So if we take it back to one of these cut sides, we can see all these horrible cut surfaces there. We can see now we've got that nice smooth surface with the shine beginning to appear, but it's still got some polish on there. So we're going to use the other mop now, the softer one, to shine this up, to buff it up. Now, sometimes when this starts off, you'll see it starts rotating up, okay? You don't want to use it. If you notice this happening, you want to make sure it's flicking down, because again, this is going to catch your work and make it fly out of your hands as well. So when we turn it on, we're going to make sure it's facing in that downwards position. Again, pushing it in, but not too hard, and just going to spend a few seconds there polishing the surface. Try both sides again, just making sure I'm getting all of that polish shined up, checking my work every now and again. I'm also just going to give it a light rub with a clean cloth, or you can probably use your apron if you've got a cotton apron, if there's any sort of bits of polish that are left on there. And this is the surface we've achieved, okay? If we can just get that into some light, we can see there's a nice shiny surface appearing on there, and it's comparable to the shine that you'll get on the untainted surface on the edges.